I'm going to show you an alliteration activity that you can do with your child in helping them learn their letter sounds. So first, I picked two letters that I want to target on. So I chose S and R for right now. So I would find some pictures or draw some pictures that begin with those letters. And when you find the pictures, I also wrote the words down here on the bottom. You can do that as well. And then later on, as the child's become familiar with the words and become more proficient with their recognizing the beginning sound, you can cut the words off. Again, I would choose 3 to 5 pictures for the kids to sort through. I would also go over the pictures with the child so that they are familiar with the words. So you'll go over and say, this is a rocket, this is a rectangle, this is a ring, a spider, sad, and snake. All right, so the first level I would do is having the child just recognizing one target letter. So for instance, I would have on a piece of paper here, I would write the letter S, go over, say this is the letter S, it makes the sound S, like in sun, okay? Mix up the little cards that you have made. And the child can help you make the cards as well. It'll help them actually probably remember the vocabulary words better than they did. All right, so you pick the first card and you go rectangle. Say the word rectangle, emphasizing that beginning sound. Rectangle. Does that begin with the letter S, making the same sound as sun? Rectangle. Sun. No, it doesn't. So I'm not going to put it on my paper here. So then the next one is snake. I'm going to say snake slowly again. Let's say snake. Does that begin with the letter S, like in sun? Sun. Yes, it does. So I'm going to put that on my paper here. Go through the next pictures. Spider, sun. Yes, they have the same beginning sound. Rocket, sun. No. Sad, sun. Yes, and that's why I have the words on here as well, to kind of help trigger this child to recognizing that these are the same sound. And like I said, once they start getting understanding, recognizing that beginning sound of the word. So if you were showing them the card and they go sad, what's the beginning of sound of sad? And they were able to tell you, then I would take away the words on the card so that way it's a little bit more challenging and they're not looking at the word on here and identifying, going there that the letters are matching. This is a way of for the child to self-correct by looking at the beginning letter and the letter on here match. So it's a way of self-correcting for the child to self-correct. All right, so that's level 1 of just sorting out by targeting one letter. The next level I would go to, if they can do that easily, is then now having them sort the pictures out on 2 separate cards. So I would do, like again, we said we knew our target letters were S and R. So on one paper, I would write the letter S, the uppercase and the lowercase, draw a target picture to help them remember what the sound is. Same thing for R, wrote the uppercase R and the lowercase R, and then I drew rain, so it's a trigger picture to help them recognize that rain begins with the R sound, rain. All right, so same thing, they'll do the same thing here, but this time, when they figure out what the beginning sound is, they will put it on the corresponding paper. So sad, which one begins like sad? And they can go sun, sad, yes. And then they can also double check and be like rain, sad. No, those are not the same beginning sound. So then they would know this goes over here. So for a rectangle, going rectangle, what sound do you have at the beginning of a rectangle? Okay, so do you hear the sound over here for sun? No, so we know it doesn't go on this one. Let's check this one. Rectangle, does it have the same beginning sound as Rain, rectangle. You said it started with the R. Does rain start with that R sound? Rain, yes. So it goes there. And you do so forth with the rest of the cards. That's why I say to do between 3 and 5 picture cards, so it's not too overwhelming for the child. After they have done that, you can extend this by having the child come up with some more words that could go under the letter S. So you could ask them, what are some more words that begin with the letter S? And you could draw those on some more picture cards if you wanted to. Same thing for R. Another thing that I've done is that the kids have to record it on to their own T-chart onto a piece of paper. So that's helping them retain it as well, and building those fine motor skills if they're writing as well. So you would have a piece of paper just on a T-chart similar like his, just write S, and then they would have to write the words and the pictures. That's why I have the words on here so they could copy the words too as well. If you didn't have the words on, you can have them start sounding out the letters to just try to do inventive spelling. So if they can do 2 cards real easy, 2 target letters real easily, you can even add it on and do all the same thing with 3 letters to even challenge the child some more. So if this is easy between 2, you can go to 3 and mix them up. So I would go at, if you add more pictures or add more letters, go over the pictures. Axe, alligator, apple. So mix them up again. Have the child say the word snake, say the beginning sound. Okay, where is that one going to go? Does it go start with the S, with the like sun? Does it begin with R, like in rain? Or does it begin with the letter A, like in ant, with the ah sound? So the child would figure it out, put it where it belongs, and go. And like I said, that's why they have the words down there to help them self-correct if it is still helping them learn the letters, and if they haven't quite picked up beginning sounds as well. But if they haven't picked up beginning sounds, I would not be doing all 3. I would just basically be doing just 2 at the most. So if they can go to 3, I would probably at this time get rid of the words on the cards. All right, so there is some ways that you can do alliteration with beginning sounds. And like I said, if they can do that, they can sort them all out. You can extend it by having them come up with some more words that start with those letters, or even having them document it by writing it down on a sheet of paper.